another one of my sexual awakenings is from that movie.
Oh, Shell?
Yeah. Shell, fucking peak. Like, I don't know what it was for DreamWorks and Pixar, but like they fucking knocked it out of the park for awakening something in all of their young viewers growing up.
They knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
Oh, no, don't worry about me, boys. My only wish is to serve the gods.
And it was like literally my sexual awakening specifically from a cartoon character is Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles.
I mean, that's for a lot of people.
Like, she turns around and looks at her butt because, like, it's gotten bigger or whatever. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, I just fucking awoke. Like, you just awoken something inside of me.
For me, it was Sinbad, actually.
Like
Eris, the goddess?
Yeah, the goddess where she's all like smoky and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, like where she's big when she's talking to Sinbad.
All because of you, Sinbad.
And you are?
Eris, the goddess of discord.
Yeah,
That was
fucking peak. Again, another DreamWorks fucking
like,
hitting it out of the park with that one. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the RBS Cinema Podcast.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
This is Sparta! I'm thinking I'm back. Why so serious? Avengers! Assemble.
I'm Batman.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I'll be back. You shall not pass!
RBS.
Lovely. Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of RBS Cinema. This week's episode, we are talking about the 2025 The Running Man joint.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
So, unfortunately, Arnold Schwarzenegger is not in this one, if that's what you were expecting.
Actually,
there is
that's not
a
true.
small, slight cameo of him when he was the governor of California as being the new face of, what was it, the new dollars
The new
that
dollars,
they use?
Yeah.
For $1,000.
Is that literally what they're called? The new
Yeah,
dollar?
that's what they're called, new dollars.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that was specifically what they were called, but I didn't care either. So, but yes, we were talking about The Running Man this week as part of our new cycle of watching movies. So for those of you that are new to the show, what we decided to do was actually start talking about newer movies that come out on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K and all that cool stuff.
Movies that have come out relatively recently.
Right.
Because this one is like 2025
streaming now.
Yeah.
On select platforms, so like Prime Video.
I don't know exactly
MGM
when it came
Plus. It did come out last year, but I don't know when it came out on DVD. You can still go pick it up. I forgot. But yeah, I was gonna actually buy it so that I could display it. Which, speaking of, 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to display my Running Man steelbook, but I completely forgot. But now it is. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be the old, what was it, 80s joint, 90s joint? I think it's 80s joint. So
something like that.
Something. I can't remember when it came out.
I didn't watch it. I was told,
Which, I mean, like, you don't need
to.
to. It's a completely different movie of The Running Man. So, like, you don't need to technically watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger joint. So, I mean, you can. I would suggest it because it is actually a pretty good, fun, convertible top-down, summertime, fun time movie. So, it's a popcorn flick. So, because like the first one isn't, it's loosely based on the book.
Yeah.
So, which we'll get into later. So, but with that being said, before we talk about any of that, I'm your host, Devin. With me, as always, is co-host Jack.
I'm still Jack.
So, and before we get too in-depth about our conversation about the movie, I wanted to thank you all so much for checking us out, listening, tuning in, however you guys are doing it. We really appreciate you being here nevertheless. And we really appreciate it even more if you were to take that a step further and to subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts and all 3 of those platforms. And, leave a comment in the comment section below what you guys thought about the movie. Did you think it was a rent, buy, or a skip? Let us know. And then be sure to share this around. The more that we get the word out, the more better this show will be. The higher that we go, the better we will become, and the more stuff we can actually do.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
So, really appreciate doing all that stuff. So, because we really want to grow the show and be able to do a lot more stuff that I have in mind that everybody's on board for. Like, biggest thing is doing a Patreon. So, having a little bit more exclusive content on that. So, we'll see if that ball gets rolling. So,
if you like movies, then this might be a podcast for you.
Yeah. So,
but only specific movies.
Right.
Movies that we talk about. If you like movies and hearing about technology troubleshooting during mid-podcast, then this is the podcast for you.
Honestly, though. But, yeah, I had something to talk about at the top, but now I don't remember. Oh, yeah. So, we are going to talk about newer movies that come out on DVD and stuff, so that way that's a little bit better instead of us, having random movies to talk about. So there will be an occasion to where there will be a new movie that will come out, but I mean, it's a gamble on whether or not that one, we want to talk about it, or two, if there's anything that's actually going to come out that will pique our interest.
Because ultimately, we decide, for the most part, what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Unless there's an overwhelmingly massive outcry of you guys got to talk about this movie, in which we will obviously respond to that. But as for right now, we're just kind of going off of what's releasing, so we want to give you guys a better idea of of a movie that just came out, whether or not it's worth your time or not, essentially.
Right, because the last two episodes that I talked about on the podcast, which was The Bride from last week, which if you haven't seen that, check that out, as well as Speed Racer with Andy. So, and again, go check that out. And if you haven't seen them, buy them. So, well, The Bride you can rent, go on digital, rent it out, or just wait for it to come out on streaming. That's fine. I did say it was a buy.
You said it was a buy,
but I was borderline on it. Ultimately, check it out. Buy at your discretion. So
I don't know why I'm getting mad. I also said it was a rent.
Yeah, you also said that it was a rent, so I don't know why you're coming at me.
I'm trying to hold you to your standards.
Yes, but the overarching theme between the two of us is okay, we both ultimately say that it's a rent overall. It was a really good movie too. At least if you want to buy it, you can.
It was a quality
film. Yes. So you won't be mad if you buy it.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy. If you buy it, you won't be mad that you have it. So, kind of like this movie, right? We'll save it for the end.
Yeah.
But I thought about buying it was the thing. So, just to have it display, and then Grace because I said all this off camera, but Grace goes well, do you really need to buy it? Because you said that the movie was okay when we went to go see it in theaters. I was like, yeah, that's true. And then we walked away, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I have my original Running Man steelbook that I bought from Barnes & Noble forever ago.
There you go.
So
that works.
But yeah, let's go ahead and kick off watch lists. So I'll go first because it's been a while since I went first, but I also have a shorter watch list.
I'd rather you go first because my watch list is long.
Yeah. So first up on my watch list, last weekend I watched No Other Choice with Grace. It is a Korean film.
Okay. More foreign films for you. Oh, okay. Some more foreign films for you.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually try to watch more foreign films as a whole in general. One of the ones that I want to watch is House, because that one is supposed to be a prolific Japanese horror film that is supposed to be, they got inspiration from the movie Jaws from here. And they had a really hell of a time trying to actually get it off the ground and everything.
Yeah, I feel like you talked about this before.
Yeah, Grace showed me it on TikTok, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm definitely going to check it out because of the whole backstory behind it and everything. But anyhow, back to No Other Choice. So it's got the bad guy from Squid Game in it as the main character.
Never seen Squid Game.
So I would recommend watching it. It's actually pretty good. It's only 3 seasons. So
yeah, I'm not too big into these trendy shows unless someone tells you it's really, really good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got the main bad guy from there. His name is Lee Byung-hun, which I think I pronounced that right. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so like the whole overarching story is that he gets fired from a job from a paper making plant, and he's been there for like 25 years, and like he's watched people like retire and leave, and as well as like start there from a young age and everything like that, like including him. So like he can't get a new job, so he devises this plan to start like basically unaliving these guys so that way he has a better shot of getting a job. So at like this other paper plant.
Okay.
So it was okay. I'm not gonna say run out and like watch it. It's on Hulu, so if you want to watch it, you can. So, but overall, I did think that the movie was actually pretty well made, but it wasn't what I expected it to be, as well as like the trailers. The trailers were very misleading, and it was made by Neon. So Neon is kind of a gamble. It's kind of like A24, where it's all like now instead of doing specifically horror movies or niche stories, now they're focusing on like just now that the popularity of A24 is a thing where it's just like, oh yeah, like it's A24. So, like they always make really good movies, or they really produce super good movies.
Yeah.
So, but Neon has actually been knocking it out of the park, kind of like A24 was, because now it's just like Neon makes super fucked up horror movies, or they make super niche movies like this one. This movie is kind of like a dark comedy type of thing. Like I said, it's really well made, it's really well done. It just subverted my expectations by the end of it. I was just like, oh, okay, like that's fine, I guess. So, but no, I would say, if you want to watch it or you have an inkling to watch it, just watch it, but try to go into it blind if you can. If you heard about it, great, go and watch it. And if you want to watch it, but otherwise, like, I thought it was okay. So, let's see. Next up on my watch list, I have The Punisher: One Last Kill. So, I finally got around to watching this after watching all of Daredevil Born Again season 2, and this one, I don't know, man. They hit the mark on Frank being the Punisher, but the overarching story was lackluster because it's supposed to be like, oh, it's a Marvel special presentation, so it's kind of like
Marvel missing the mark.
I know, right?
In the
bright Lord of 2026
in the 2020s as a whole,
right?
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was really well made. It was really well shot and everything, but it was just kind of lackluster on the story because the whole story for The Punisher: One Last Kill is that it's a special presentation. So it's only 45 minutes long, if that, with credits, like the end credits, I'd probably say maybe closer to 42 minutes, maybe closer to 40. But regardless, it's after all of the events of like the Punisher series that he had on Netflix, a brief appearance that he had in the Daredevil Born Again episodes that he was in, and especially after the ending of that, because last time that we saw him, he was in a cage. It's part of like the superhero troupe, but then he ended up breaking out. And this is where we find him, is just like in his apartment, freaking the fuck out, having a schizo moment, because he starts seeing all of his dead comrades that we saw in the Punisher Netflix series that died. And so they start telling him that, like, you're not done. You're like, you still have a job and everything like that. And he was about ready to game over himself at his family's grave. And he goes like, I don't see my family anymore, so I'm just going to end it because I think I'm done. And then all of a sudden his daughter shows up, and now we have a new meme of him saying like, no. So, because he's sitting there, he's all like big, huge black beard, still got the spiky, like kind of messy look, and him just going like, no, 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 no. And like, I'll post a clip.
No! 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 Baby, come back!
And like, now there's a new no meme for the Punisher, but But yeah, so like he goes back home and he like his daughter tells him that like, you know, you're not done. So he goes back home and then there's this old lady in a wheelchair that comes out, and so she goes like, "Hey, you killed my family, so now I'm going to get everybody that's in this town to come and kill you." And it was just super weird because like this is when he was doing his Punisher shtick.
Yeah.
And he like the whole whatever ungodly reason, the whole town just goes crazy. So crime is at an all-time high. People are like pushing people around, like beating the shit out of them and stuff like that. So I was like, what the hell is happening? And he's just casually walking down the street like nothing's happening. So and so the town tries to go after him, and then he fights back, and then basically it ends with him being the Punisher again and coming back as the Punisher, and then that's it.
Okay.
Like he's about ready to like kill some random guy, and then it just cuts, and then that's just where it ends. So the next time that we'll see the Punisher is in Spider-Man, like the new one, Brand New Day.
Go home. Oh.
So because he's supposed to be in that, he's supposed to play a big role in it.
Okay.
So, and then whatever. What were you gonna say?
No, never mind.
Okay. And then last up on my list, I was preparing to watch the series finale of The Boys. So I started to watch all of season 2 of Gen V because there's supposed to be Gen V and then season 5 of The Boys. So I thought it was okay. It just went on more with the group that was in season 1, excluding from one of the actors because he unfortunately died before filming. So they had to like have that in as like his character dying off screen type of thing.
Right.
So I watched all of that. I thought that was fine. And then even like the last episode of The Boys was okay. So if you guys don't watch it, that's fine. And like, I won't spoil what happens in the ending, but for those that haven't seen it yet, but it ended fine. I thought it was okay. It didn't end like the comics because that's what everybody has been saying, that like, oh, it's not like the comics. Well, yeah, because it's a different portrayal of it and whatever. Yeah. So it was fine. So sorry, we had to cut because I was getting thirsty because I had my wisdom teeth taken out last week, and so I'm still recovering from that. So
still on to drugs?
Not really. I am just taking Tylenol and ibuprofen for the pain, flip-flopping them every few hours. So but yeah, no, that was my watch list. So, and now yours.
Okay, I'll try to do this rapid fire. There was one day that I did like it was last Saturday, where I literally watched 3 movies back to back to back with Annie. So the first movie that we watched was, funnily enough, The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that before?
No, I'd never seen it before.
Oh, so this is your first time?
It was my first time seeing it.
Okay, what did you think of it?
It's fine. I get it, but like, there's not really a plot in The Breakfast Club. There's a lot of like things happen. There's a lot of conflict in the film. I thought it was fine. Like I can see why a lot of people might like really like it, or like there's a cult following around it. But like, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, because like it had the guy that did like 16 Candles and I think Weird Science and stuff. So it was like all those clash of like movies that you could distinctively see, okay, this guy made this movie. I think he also did the first Spider-Man movie, Homecoming. I think he also directed that because he wanted that to be more grounded Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that means nothing to me though. But like, I don't know. It was before my time. Like way before my time. So
well,
like,
it was also before my time too, but I've also seen it like several times after. So
yeah, but like I can understand now why I hadn't seen it before, because it's not a movie for kids.
It's not. It's like a what is it? It's like young adult, like teenage type movie.
Yeah, it's rated R though. It's very vulgar.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
so
I guess I was expecting more than them just being in, like, it's really just them in a single day in the tension, and just a lot of them, it's a lot of dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, that like it was okay. I won't get into it too much.
Yeah, so it was John Hughes. I was trying to think of the director's name, but it's John Hughes. He also did. He wrote a bunch of movies, but he also directed. But he wrote like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, of course, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so on and so forth.
I need to see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I do too, actually. I've never seen it.
We should talk about that on a podcast potentially.
Yeah, if well, we don't have anything specifically to talk about next week, so we could talk about that.
Sure, let's talk about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Because I actually have a list of the movies to talk about from now and all the way up until like August, I believe.
Yeah.
And so next week is a mystery. So like, I guess this will be, your chance to experience us doing this in real time. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles next week.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll do that.
So the movie after that we watched was Matilda, which is written, directed, starring Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah, that was his first movie, huh?
I maybe it was, but
I think it might have been his first movie.
He did a really good job in it.
He did.
And
it was his first movie. Yeah.
So, what wasn't my favorite movie? I thought it was just like,
you thought it was okay, pretty much, kind of.
I know. I thought it was a good. I think all the actors did a really good job, especially Trunchbull.
Right.
Like because I can imagine like I was literally talking this with Annie as like after we watched the movie. It was like, imagine being that actress and just being so despicable, so despised, such a character that who literally abuses children.
Right, because like I've
to be like walk down the street like after the movie comes out and be like
scrutinized.
How dare you?
Yeah, like because like I was telling Andy about this. I'm like, if you have a solid villain, whether you root for them or you wish for their demise, regardless,
then you did a good job.
You did a really good job, for one, as the actor, but two, it also makes a really good movie, because not only that, you have Principal Trenchbull, but you also have her parents.
Yeah, her
They're
parents
shithead parents.
Are despicable.
Because
Danny DeVito really plays the slime ball character.
Yeah,
very well.
And like he's a car salesman, and like
really
he goes like,
off.
"I'm big, you're small. I'm smart, you're dumb.
Yeah.
So I'm your parent, and you have to do what I tell you." Type of mentality.
Listen, you little wiseacre. I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So, and like, she's able to like control things with her mind. So she's kind of like got
she's a
psychic.
She's a psyker.
So, but have you seen this before?
No, it's my first time watching it.
Okay, so you're back to back.
First time watches.
Yeah, watch.
Because
sorry, I'm looking at this clip for the movie, and it's the part where her older brother throws the carrot at her.
Yeah.
She stops it, and so she turns around and then spins it back into his mouth.
Dude, the kid
funny.
eating the cake.
Yeah, that's what showed up too.
Yeah.
Like that's a great scene too, because he has to eat the whole thing, and then the kids start cheering him on. He goes like, "Yeah, I'll do it," and he goes like, "Yeah." And then they throw one of the kids out the window. Oh, it's so great. Anyhow, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, because it was based off of a book
by
Roald Dahl. For some reason, I thought this movie was Annie.
It was called Annie?
Yeah, I mixed up the two, because there's two movies about little girls who the name of the movie is their first name. It's Matilda and Annie.
Yeah.
Because I thought that because Annie's a musical.
Yeah.
Because it has that's the movie that has It's a Hard Knock Life.
Right.
And I thought that was this movie. No, they're two different movies about the two stars of the movie are both
children, girls,
young girls, and they both like, so I conflated the two, but but I literally never seen this movie before. What I had seen was a movie we watched immediately afterwards, which was Road to El Dorado.
Okay, so you're just taking this all the way back. From
pretty much, yeah.
Childhood.
I was surprised,
because I used to watch Matilda all the time. I used to watch what was it? Oh, Breakfast Club sometimes, like every so often, and like I also used to watch The Road to El Dorado all the time. Like also another one of my sexual awakenings is from that movie.
Oh, Shell,
Shell. Fucking peak. Like I don't know what it was for DreamWorks and Pixar, but like they fucking knocked it out of the park for awakening something in all of their young viewers growing up.
They knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
Oh, no, don't worry about me, boys. My only wish is to serve the gods.
And it was like literally my sexual awakening, specifically from a cartoon character is Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles.
I mean, that's for a lot of people.
And I
I'd
mean,
say.
like, I was in art class and we were watching it, and then all of a sudden, like, she looks at herself in the mirror. I think this is like the first time I actually sat down and watched this movie. Was in art class, and like she turns around and looks at her butt because, like, it's gotten bigger or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
all like, dude, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, I just fucking awoke. Like, you just awoken something inside of me.
For me, it was Sinbad, actually.
Like
Eris, the goddess?
Yeah, the goddess where she's all like smoky and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, like where she's big when she's talking to Sinbad.
All because of you, Sinbad.
And you are?
Eris, the goddess of discord.
Yeah,
That was-
I fucking peaked. Again, another DreamWorks fucking
like,
hitting it out of the park with that one.
It's the like the three movies that DreamWorks makes. It's like it was Road to El Dorado, Sinbad, and Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
And I had
Also
actually
Atlantis.
Atlantis
the
was
girl,
also-
the girl in that one. So
I had not seen Road to El Dorado until like probably about like 5 or something years ago.
Really?
Funnily enough, I had never seen El Dorado before. I'd seen Sinbad, and I had seen Atlantis, and I'd seen
Prince of Egypt.
Actually, no, Prince of Egypt. I always in the last 10 years. But I'd never seen Road to El Dorado, but I saw it one like all these movies we watched on Netflix, by the way.
Yeah.
But Road to El Dorado is so good.
It is. It's
Great animation,
really good.
good story. Good like moment at the end of the movie with the two characters, Tulio and God, what's his name? The blonde guy.
Yeah. The ditzy, like, kind of dumb.
I'm so mad like that I'm forgetting his name. But like regardless, they were really good movies.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna round up my watch list with nope, that's it. That's the 3 ones I'm talking about. I thought there was one more, and probably is one more, but we gotta cut this short.
Yeah, otherwise we'll be here all day just talking about movies that we've seen. Tulio? Was that his name?
No, the other guy.
Miguel,
yes.
Yeah. Wait, Tobin Bell was in this? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just looking up the cast, and apparently Tobin Bell was in this. He might have played as the bad guy.
Cortez is a really like prominent voice actor.
Yeah. So
He's in a lot of, like,
yeah, that actually blew me away right there. Was Tobin Bell? Holy shit.
Anyway, enough about watch lists. This opening part has been long enough. I feel like we should get talking about the Running Man. Actually,
Yeah, let's go ahead and run headfirst into the game show and say I'm gonna beat all of you because I'm gonna beat the Running Man.
And I'm gonna say the word "fuck" multiple times.
Well, also shit eaters.
Yeah, shit eaters.
Yeah, fuck you, shit eaters.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
I had this whole bit lined up. What I was thinking about doing this movie was like, yeah, fuck the corporations, fuck everybody in the higher ups, fuck. But yeah, I completely forgot about it because I am fried from today.
Yeah, today has been a long day, so
Yeah, so because
Sorry
yeah,
if
we are
we-
recording this after work, but I would probably say we're having our energy up pretty.
yeah, we're
pretty
having
well.
a good time.
So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about specifically what the movie is about. So we'll do writer, director, stars, all that boring stuff, and then we'll talk more in depth about the movie itself. So, movie is specifically about a man joins a game show in which contestants allowed to flee anywhere in the world are pursued by quote unquote hunters hired to kill them. Do you agree?
Anywhere in the world, not really.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I think anywhere in the country, right?
No, they did say that you can go anywhere in the world.
Oh,
But I think it's like you got a 10-hour head start.
12 hours.
Yeah, 12-hour head start.
Running start, yes.
Yeah. So, but
like he doesn't really. He just stays mostly in America. That's the thing.
well, yeah, but like
he tries
they
to go
all
to,
do.
He tries to go to Canada at the very end of the movie, but like
Yeah, he
that
tries to
didn't
go
really-
to the border and
Yeah, it
stuff.
didn't really work out.
Nope.
Which made me believe that. Like, wait, does it? Do you just are you just safe if you go outside the country? Maybe I
No.
missed I don't know.
No, there's not like a safe zone that you can go to. It's not like, oh, if you get to this point within, like whatever time frame, it just, you are supposed to last within 30 days. That's
I
it.
figured that, but like I just figured that like there was some sort of loophole. I guess that would be really stupid if like
Yeah, I
just
think
going out
that
of
he
the
was
country with,
probably thinking that like Canada would be safer
maybe
to like hide out in or something. I don't know. But we'll never
I
know.
I understand.
So, but yeah, so we got director and writer Edgar Wright and also co-writer Michael Bacall. And again, another movie where they have the original writer Stephen King on the ballot.
It was based on the novel by Stephen King.
Yes.
So there
So
has
he
been
did not have a hand in writing it, but he did specifically.
He we don't know because Stephen King is still alive. So
Well, yes.
but I'm going to assume not because IMDb is stupid and they don't have a section where you can put in like based upon the novel by so and so. You know, because like
This
Ready
is the
Player
third.
One.
This is the third time that we've had this happen too, where it's
Wasn't
like the original writer from the story. No, I think this is 4. I think this marks 4.
maybe I don't know, but like because you're talking about Speed Racer, we talked about War of the Worlds.
Yeah, Speed Racer, War of the Worlds. Well, we talked about The Bride. last week.
Right. Mary Shelley.
So yeah, this one marked 4.
Yeah,
That this is based on somebody else's thing, but they were credited in the writing.
What I have been told is that this version, the 2025 version with Glenn Powell, is more faithful to the actual novel than the Arnold Schwarzenegger one was.
Yes. So let's get into that real quick before I move on to cast. So the original was actually going to be based on the book. And then once they got Arnold Schwarzenegger onto the movie, they had to rewrite the movie to match him specifically because he's the big action star, he does the one-liners and everything, so they had to specifically change everything about the movie and have it be loosely based on the events that happen in the book specifically. So this one is a more faithful adaptation of the book
because Glenn Powell is not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. So they wanted to do a more faithful adaptation of the book, so then they decided to do that instead. And now it's all like, and you can still have the one-liners like they did throughout the course of this movie.
There's so many one-liners in this movie.
I have mostly all of them written down, like especially towards the beginning and the middle. So like it's one-liners galore.
Yeah.
In this movie specifically. But it's a lot more prevalent in the first one, like where he goes like, here's Zero. Now he's just plain Zero.
Here's Sub-Zero. Now, plain Zero.
Or something like that. So, I was going to say the Iceman cometh, but that's from Batman and Robin. Ron Arnie's flick.
I was going to say, this is a really solid action movie.
It is. It is super good. It's super well acted. Action is on peak with this. So
it's it's a nice change of pace from a lot of the way that action movies are sort of going nowadays, where they're bumping up the gore, they're bumping up the sexual
explosions,
tones and stuff like that. The mature graphic content has been ever since that Hollywood has become more lax about putting that stuff in films.
Yeah,
even in TV too. There's a lot of really graphic stuff, like The Boys. I
was just gonna say The Boys is super graphic.
There's just so much debauchery. There's a little bit of gore in this movie, but it's mostly people's heads getting blown off and stuff
right. But people getting shot up and stuff and whatever.
This probably could pass as a PG-13 film if it weren't for the language.
Yeah, I would say so.
I feel
for sure. Cut back on a little bit of the gore aspect, but yeah.
Because sometimes it's just a little bit too much nowadays. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just sometimes you just have violent graphic scenes in there just for the sake of it.
Right.
And
it's just let's throw this in here, even though it doesn't make any sense, but I just want this to be in there. Because we could do it. So
it's the writers thing this is what audiences want is they want to go and see just really graphic stuff. Oftentimes it makes some movies really hard to watch nowadays because oh god, this scene is coming up and it's oh, now we got to look at this guy's guts spraying all over the place.
Kind of like a regular horror movie or something.
But this kind of brings me back to the early days of Mission Impossible almost.
Yeah.
like watching this film, and it kind of made me a little bit nostalgic to like be able to like maybe like go back and watch like the very first Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But instead we got Glenn Powell, who's like the resident Hollywood hot guy now.
Yeah,
along
because
with
like
Timothy Chalamet, you know.
yeah, because like I was talking to Grace about this when we went to go and see this in theaters, and I was all like, Glenn Powell is the hot button right now. Like
Yeah.
he's the it factor right now. So of course we're gonna see him for a pretty lengthy period of time, kind of like when we were watching a lot of stuff with Pedro Pascal in it, and every movie that came out
And then like
per
Ryan,
month was just specifically Pedro Pascal was in it.
you have like Ryan Gosling, and then you'd have
Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
like a bunch of other A-list actors that like all of a sudden they shot up into stardom, and
Like-
it's just like, let's get them in fucking everything.
But I'm talking about like specifically the attractive white guy.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
like role, because like Channing Tatum did a lot of that like after like the success of Magic Mike, you know.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was that for a long time.
Right. Tom Cruise for a while.
Chris Evans,
Chris Evans.
you know, like the stereotypical like attractive white guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like Glenn Powell did like a pretty decent job in this film of like trying like despite the fact that he's so attractive, you
Right.
know? And like it, he did a pretty good job of playing the role of like a grungy like poor guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, which, speaking of Glenn Powell's in the movie.
Yeah.
And then we got Emilia Jones. I'm not going to go down the giant list that's everybody's in this, but just some of the few heavy hitters, like Lee Pace, Jamie Lawson, who plays Glenn Powell's wife
Yeah.
in the movie. Michael Cera's in this. Coleman Domingo.
Josh
Katie,
Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin, who was going to get to. Katie M. O'Brien. Martin Harley. And then William H. Macy is also in this. Just to name a few of like, you know, the big people that are in this movie.
Not a whole lot of like high budget like A-list actors in this movie. It's mostly just like
not a whole lot. There's only like a few, I feel like.
I mean, the ones I can
So,
think of right off the back are like
Josh Brolin.
Michael Cera, and Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody else is kind of like not too well known.
like a step down or two.
Which is good when you're trying to make it like a believable, cohesive story.
Right.
Is to not have a bunch of people that you could just say, oh,
I know this guy from this or whatever.
yeah, I know this guy from this, and it's like now all I see is like The Rock. You know.
Right. More rock slop.
We're never gonna stop shitting on Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I feel like.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I got a couple of taglines here.
Okay.
So one is hunt him down.
Hunt him down. Yeah.
So, and then last one is just survive 30 days while the world hunts you down.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I'd say that's about it.
I was really anticipating like the whole like everybody hunts him down thing to be relatively exaggerated, because the only thing that I knew about this movie was the trailers that I was forced to watch.
Yeah.
Whenever I was like
Going to the movie theater or
going to the
watching.
movie theater or watching football, because that's most of the time where I get to see like these big Hollywood action flicks is when they get shown during the commercial breaks during football, and I'm like, I saw little snippets of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it
looks okay.
It looks okay. Like usually I'd be sitting right next to my dad, and he would tell me like, well, you know, the original Running Man was sort of okay as well, so
Yeah.
this one might not be too good.
Right.
And I never had any desire to go watch it in theaters. I know you did.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you
because I wanted to go and watch it in theaters. I was like, fuck it, dude. I can't wait. Let's go. And I watched it, and I was just like, oh, okay. I thought it was fine. So, because, like, even with the Arnie flick, like, that one is also an okay type of movie, but because it has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, like, everybody just goes like, it was all right, but it's got Arnold in it, so of course I'll just keep watching it.
Right.
So, and that's the reason why that I own it, is because I used to grow up watching it on VHS anyway.
It's kind of like
So-
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but I mean, like, you enjoy it so much because of Arnold Schwarzenegger, like,
Yeah.
and Phil Hartman. So,
Right.
like, you know, the movie was just so great, and it's nostalgic. The thing that I wanted to talk about was his many different outfits that he had, Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure that they decided to do that. I don't know if they did it in the book or not, so I don't care. But I know that they did that, and he did a really exceptional job because probably the year prior or earlier that year, last year, he was in a Netflix movie called The Hitman, or maybe just Hitman. And so like his whole shtick, of course, he was just a hitman, but he would always be in a different costume. So
was it based on the Hitman video games?
No.
Oh.
No, it's just its own regular thing.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, they just had him in a bunch of different costumes, and like that's what they probably did for this one. I think it's probably like, oh yeah, he's known for doing the whole changing costume shtick.
Yeah.
So, and you know, like he's used to doing that. So why don't we just have him do it in this movie too? So, because he did another movie with Blake Lively. I think it was before The Running Man. And it was kind of like a romantic comedy. So it was a rom-com. I'm just like, who gives a shit? So I think it was Blake Lively. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
The only other thing that I've ever seen Glenn Powell in was Top Gun Maverick. He was Hangman.
Yeah, that was the first movie that I saw him in, and I don't even remember that. So,
well, I've seen it a couple times because I think that Maverick is a decent film.
Yeah, because there was the 40th year anniversary or 45th anniversary this year.
I don't know.
So it's going to be re-released in the theaters with both the first and second one are going to be back in theaters.
A double feature
together. So, I remember walking up to you and saying that. I'm just like, oh, cool, look, like they're doing that. And then we both were like, cool.
Like, no, we were talking about like whether or not we actually wanted to talk about Top Gear. Top
Gun.
Top Gun. Sorry, I got thinking about Jeremy Clarkson again.
Yeah.
No. we were talking about Top Gun on the podcast, but I feel like so many people have seen Top Gun at this point.
Right, especially the first one.
Like it's not even worth like discussing on whether or not it's like a rent, buy, or a skip because like it's either a rent or a buy.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would say that it's a skip.
No.
Unless you don't like guys in the shower with their shirts off, you know what I mean?
Or doing volleyball shirtless. Or going like, I feel the need.
If that stuff kind of makes you uncomfortable, then maybe you might not want to be into this film.
It's guy shit. Speaking of guy shit, let's talk about this movie.
Yeah, sorry. Small tangent.
And then like he's so quick to anger because like I have just literally just the first part of my notes is just the first part of the movie. So we'll run down the list here. So, you know, like he goes to the tryouts, right? To see what network or what show that he can be on.
Yeah, because he needs money because his
daughter is
dying,
sick.
Literally
dying from the flu. And which is interesting because like he's watching the game shows on TV, trying to decide on which one has the best chance of him to make money.
Yeah.
So, which is probably the quiz one where he's running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
So, and the thing that like once he finally gets up because like he's standing in a line, this guy throws up blood and he falls over and he goes like, "Hey, this guy needs help." The security there is just fucking shitheads. They're just go like, "Get back in line, like stand the fuck up." And he goes like, "Oh, this guy needs a doctor."
I don't think they're called security. What are they called, Devin?
Shit eaters.
No, they're not called shit eaters.
Oh.
They're called the goons.
Are they called the goons?
Yeah, they're called goons.
I thought that was just the other guys that go after him, the hunters.
No, those are the hunters. No, the goons are the police force.
Oh, and I never realized that.
So, because I know this because there's literally a thing of graffiti on like a wall somewhere of like he's going to like I think he's going to see Michael Cera.
Yeah.
And graffiti on the outside of like the wall that's leading up to the house says AGAB.
Yeah. All
goons are bastards.
That's great.
So we got the goons.
Yeah. You could say that they are gooners. So
no, it's not. It reminds me of that old meme of like it's like the guy with the henchman is like what do we do next, boss? Like what the fuck? I ordered goons.
Yeah.
And it's like hey, how's it going? It's like, what the fuck? It's like a evil, like the supervillain. Like, what the fuck? I ordered goons.
Who the fuck are you people? So the hard goons. When did this know? Who the fuck are you people? To the hard goons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll show you that meme later if I can find it. But like,
I was all like, I don't know where you're going with this.
There's no way that they're calling them goons in 2025.
Right.
Bring back calling
Henchmen goons.
You know,
honestly,
and the correct use of the word, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so like, you know, he goes like, I will once you get a doctor for this guy, and then they beat the shit out of him, and they go like, okay, back of the line.
Back of the line.
And so he finally gets up and he goes like, oh, like, what's this red triangle mean? And he goes like, all right, just accept all this stuff.
I'll tell you a second. Just accept the current terms and conditions.
Yeah, and then he starts like listing off all the jobs that he's had and like, you know, wrongful. He's got insubordination.
Insubordination, yeah.
And then he keeps asking like, what does the red triangle mean? And he's getting angrier, and he goes like, oh yeah, like he mentions his daughter, and he goes like, oh, sad. And so he breaks the glass, and he goes like, because I have this written down. He goes like, you mentioned my daughter again. They don't make glass thick enough. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. So, and then when he gets into the elevator, Tim, when he introduces himself, he goes like, oh, my name's Tim. And then
Tim Lansky.
Yeah, because like they're in the elevator and they're doing the promo again for the Running Man. He goes like, we've got the cash if you've got the balls.
Yeah.
We got the cash if you've got the balls.
The Running Man.
I don't.
Right.
And he's going off on this whole thing for it.
It literally reminds you of like a game show that you would see like broadcasted on Fox.
Right. 100%.
The same style of advertisement. No, like there's this one show that like they keep broadcasting. It's like Extraction.
Yeah.
And so like people go into the woods and they like there's like bears and shit in there, and their family is watching them do it.
Right.
And they're like they have a live camera, and they can hear everything that they're saying basically. And like there's like a clip of like a commercial where it's like there's a bear right outside the makeshift tent or whatever it is.
Right.
And he's always saying like, "Don't push the button, I got this." And it's like dumb. It's like, again, it perfectly encapsulates that same style of like how random game shows on Fox try to get your attention when you don't really care about them a whole lot, like The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that's a show, by the way. It seems really stupid.
Yeah, but it's still going. But yeah, like as they're doing their trials and stuff, like it cuts to him doing different jobs. So it's all like him walking on the beam is reminding of him doing the construction job. So he's walking on the beam and stuff. And then like, you know, him doing the rock wall, and then
he catches him.
Tim falls off and he catches him. And this is the perfect segue for the next thing I have on here is when the goon comes up. We'll just call him Gooners because that's funnier. The Gooner comes up and he goes to like, oh, no helping, welt, and like, you know, that's their slang word for I don't
wealth.
Know, like probably poor people. I don't know. And he goes to like hit him and he grabs it, and then he's doing a psych eval, and he's like being told words and then correlating how he feels about them.
Yeah.
So I have this written out. It's like obedience, never. And it's like heroism, useless. Technology, abuse. Freedom, nope. I'm like, nope. Authority, burn. Anarchy, when. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Justice, hilarious. Family, everything. I'm all like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go.
See, the great thing about Ben Richards when you're watching him in this movie is that his anger is totally justified.
It is.
Throughout
because
everything.
The whole system has broken him down so many times, and he's bounced around from job to job to job to job because they fire him for the stupidest thing for doing the right thing, and then for him to also just get fired and be blacklisted after that because like he can't do any more jobs.
Because he literally said that like, oh, you know, like there's radiation that's like cut off these guys' balls basically,
right.
And I was the only one who didn't do it, and I wanted to report it because I wanted to make it safe.
Yeah,
and you're saying like that's why they blacklist you. You try to come in here and get like your job back. He literally brings his kid with him.
Yeah, and then
he goes.
Scene. Yeah, and he goes like, "Oh, did you bring your kid in here so that way, like, you want to get pissed off?" And he goes like, "No, I brought her here so that way I would refrain from bouncing your face off your desk."
So like, as someone who has been recently subjected to some really frustrating things at work, seeing like it's very cathartic for the audience. especially for like working class people who watch this movie and see Ben Richards kind of just like get to do whatever he wants and just kind of say like "fuck you" to the system.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds you of like I guess like watching The Simpsons in the 90s, where there's just like a lot of discontent in society, and then you get to see it come out through medium like movies and like cartoons and stuff like that, and you're like, man, I really connect with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt that like watching Ben Richards get angry in this film felt a lot more genuine than watching another character get angry.
Yeah.
In some other like media, you know what I mean?
Right, because like Tim is just there just to enjoy the show because like he really like loves the Running Man.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and then what's her name is also there
Laughlin.
as their tag along, and so she's just there just to try to psych and get as much money as she can.
Right.
Because like later on in the movie, they talk about like there's the 3 dudes that are in it. So
we're given this information by a like the game theorist of the Running Man, basically.
Yeah,
he's literally described as like a
radical dude,
like a live streamer, basically, who like overanalyzes like all the stuff that happened in the Running Man. Like, and like it's so funny because you know that there are channels like that now
100%.
on YouTube that overanalyze everything.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to think of what movie or show that I watched that was it was Daredevil. That's what it was. I was watching Daredevil Born Again, and like literally there was a which I won't reveal. There's a person that's on there that is acting as Kingpin and doing the whole same thing of going like, "Oh, I'm trying to protect you, New York, by doing all this crazy bad shit, so that way it's in your best interest," type thing. So it's that same shtick that is very reminiscent to me. But yeah, they talk about like the 3 like types of guys that are in the Running Man. So it's the hopeless dude, the negative dude, and the final dude, and it's literally them.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how it always is. There's always those 3 type of characters in the Running Man.
I'm kind of glad that there were 3 of them that went through, because I thought it was just going to be about him.
Yeah.
And that gets kind of old and it gets kind of tiring when like everything is focused around one character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does eventually get to that point, but by that time, like the whole world is not just hunting him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it was just him from the get-go, it would be like impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, like it does kind of make it more interesting that there is this one guy like that gets caught immediately because he just goes around and does some stupid shit, and then it's the negative. Was it the negative?
Yeah, it was the negative dude who's supposed to be her, who basically
blows
like
blows all of his money because like he doesn't like you get starter cash when you get involved in this tournament, and you're supposed to use that in your first 12 hours to be able to get away as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So that nobody can find you, but instead they just blow all their money and then they just kill themselves.
Right. Or that they get themselves killed shortly afterwards.
There's literally like the example that he gave was like a guy like walking out of a shrimp club and he has a bomb vest on.
Yeah. And he goes like, "Fuck you," it just explodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole psyche Val scene was great because fucking they go like, "Oh, like, look at the image and tell me what you see," type thing.
A tornado of cats like in a knife storm. Or
yeah, he goes like, "Cutest puppy ever," and he goes like, "Oh, that's my favorite flower, giving me a hug." And then like this was the one that you just mentioned was like, "Infinite bunnies getting sucked into a knife tornado, spraying blood all over the galaxy." And then at the end of it, the psyche Val doctor just goes like, the psychiatrist, just goes like, "You're the angriest person to audition." He goes like, "Well, that really pisses me off."
And Mr. Richards, you are quantifiably the angriest man to ever audition for our shows.
Well, that really pisses me off.
With a grin.
That's a great line too, because
it is.
It's like the reason he's angry is that there hasn't been more people who have also been angry and pissed off who come on the show before that he's the angriest.
Right.
And it's like, life sucks right now, dude.
Yeah.
I literally had to like, I spent all my money trying to get fake meds for my daughter so that wouldn't cure her, it would just like make her feel a little bit better,
Yeah. But yeah, and then he meets Josh Brolin, and he's the executive tycoon type guy.
He's the creator of the Running Man show. He has all the money,
Right. And so like, he has his veneers, so he has his perfect white teeth, and he's got like eyeliner on, it looks like, for his eyelashes and shit. He's kind of like the scummy guy.
Oh my God, it's Thanos.
Yeah, it's Thanos. And so he goes like, before he goes out there, he goes like, you only have one job. Say what's on your mind. And one of my favorite lines from that is that he just goes like, don't think before you speak. That's for pussies. Go off, curse, shake your dick at the crowd. And so then
Bobby, like, do not shake your dick at the crowd.
I was going to say, Bobby just comes in. He goes like, don't shake your dick at the crowd. That's terrible advice. He goes like, but do everything else. Just don't do that.
Go off, curse, shake your dick at the crowd. It's all good freebie.
Do not shake your dick at the crowd. That's a bad note.
You know what who the host reminds me of, kind of like, it reminds me of like Arsenio Hall a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Which after like he gets his disguises and stuff like that, like when we cut back to him at the train station and he looks up dramatically and then he looks around, there's an ad for the Running Man behind him.
Yeah.
That shows all three of them, and like when he's doing that, he's doing it in sync of the holographic.
Yeah, that was a good touch.
So I was like, that's actually pretty cool. I do like it when they do stuff like that in movies. So, but yeah, the train thing was also really funny because this kid he thinks that the kid recognizes him, but then he goes like,
Your
I have this
mustache is
written
coming
down.
off.
Yeah, he goes like, hey, mister, like your face. He goes like, you say anything, I will kill you so fast your mom won't even wake up. Won't even wake up. And so he goes like, but mustache, your mustache. Or he goes like, but mister, your mustache. And he goes like, sorry about that. Do you want my snack pack? And shakes it at him, and he just takes it.
You say anything, I will kill you so fast your mom won't even wake up.
But your mustache.
So sorry about that. Want my snack back?
I love him just shaking at him.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, which is funny because he also doesn't change his voice for that one. I think that he changes it for the like the vet and like the homeless vet and the blind father.
Yeah, the blind preacher.
Yeah, the blind preacher. So, which is so funny because those are the only other two things that he does. But
that was a pretty good, convincing Irish accent too.
It was actually one of the things that I also remembered from the trailer was him taking a nap, and he goes like, oh, like when he does the first mail-in video where he goes like, oh yeah, they said I had to spend 10 minutes talking to camera for like any part of my day, but they didn't say which part of my day. So you guys are gonna watch my ass nap. And so he has his whole back turned to it, and he slaps his ass and he flips off the camera.
Yeah.
Guess you can watch my ass take a nap.
So I think that was also pretty funny.
Because that was another thing that kind of made sense with the whole competition is that it's like there's no scanners, no trackers, but the only way that like the hunters know where he is because he has to send in video every 10 hours?
I think it's every 10 hours.
Or is it every
But it's basically every day.
Yeah, basically you have to send a video of yourself to a mailbox. You have to publicly expose yourself.
Right.
So that makes
and then they also said like, don't what was it? Fuck. Because Bobby mentions that like, don't miss your chance to get free money. Because that's what it is that it betters your chances to get money.
Yeah.
Or I think that when you mail it in, once they receive it, you get a sum of money.
Yeah.
And I think that goes directly to your family.
Right.
Like that money specifically goes directly to your family.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention this, that like one of the caveats of being on the Running Man is that your family gets to be safe.
Yeah, your family is safe, so they're tucked away somewhere that nobody else knows where they are. And for each day, your money increases by each day. And
I think it's
that money
each week.
Is it each week? I thought it was each day.
I think it's each week.
You might be right. So, but I know that with each like mail in every day, I think that increases.
Basically, the longer you survive, the more money you make incrementally, and that all goes to your family.
Right, and I think that by the end of it, you can make like, what was it, like $1 billion new money or something like that?
Yeah, $1 billion new dollars.
Yeah,
for surviving.
That's
30
what
days.
it is. New dollars. That's what it is.
New dollars.
Yeah. So
we can't say just dollars. Because it's got to be a weird
new
dystopian
futuristic thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I did love the whole thing with Arnold being on the money.
Yeah,
I was like, that's great.
That was a good cameo.
So, which is a bummer that he couldn't actually be in the movie as a cameo, but I was still suffice enough of him being on the new.
He would have made an interesting, like, if they probably wanted to get him for the role that Josh Brolin got. But he probably said no. That would be a crazy cameo, I feel like.
Maybe. Or like him talking to Glenn Powell of being like, "Oh yeah, I remember being in that type of field," or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I remember this happening to somebody or
He could
whatever.
have been, what was it, Molly?
Molly, yeah, probably.
Yeah, the guy that, because he goes to the guy first, which is like he's hiding out in some old like building or something like that.
Yeah, because like he owns his own shop that people can get like stuff that you can't get anymore.
This is important to talk about because like he goes there because he needs supplies to be able to survive the first couple of days, and he's giving him money for like new IDs and like some disguises and stuff like that. And
he goes like, "Oh, I need a gun." He goes like, "Guns, I don't do guns." And then there's a wall right next to him of like 3D printed guns.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
But what's fucked up about this scene is that like he's done talking to him, and he gives him all this stuff, and then he was like,
"Oh yeah, like if you would have came to me,
you didn't have to do this thing. I was about to give you a job.
Yeah, I was gonna make you a partner.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what fucked me up too about it was that like, oh yeah, I was gonna tell, I don't remember his wife's name, but like your wife like the day before you actually went,
right? And like he like the last time he saw his wife was literally like, hey, I'm not going to go on this. I'm not
gonna audition for the Running Man. I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something else. And you promise? Like, I promise. But like he gets there, and we didn't even mention this. Like, you don't get to pick.
Yeah, you don't get to pick where you go. They just pick it for you.
Yeah,
what suits you better. And of course and like it does make sense for him to be on the Running Man because of his anger, his ability to like every trial that he went through, he passed with flying colors, basically.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing too was that he talks to like the head of security guy, right? And he goes like, "Hey, like because you start off with money already in your pocket," and he goes like, "Hey, take this to my family," and he goes like, "Okay, well, because he goes like, oh, I gotta take this to my wife and kid."
Yeah.
He goes like, "Sorry, I can't let you. You're in a safe hotel room, so I can't let you do that."
Wouldn't come back.
Yeah, and so he goes like, "All right, fair enough. Well, then why don't you drop it off?" And he goes like, "All right, I'll do that." And he goes like,
"Give me proof that you were there, though."
Yeah, and he goes like, "I'll give you a receipt." And so he gives him a picture of his wife and daughter,
yeah,
as well as a note on the back that says like "keep it for good luck," being the sock of his daughters that he specifically told him to give back.
Yeah,
and so she told him, "Nah, just keep it for good luck." So, because he called her too about like, "Hey, like unfortunately, I'm in the Running Man."
This is gonna be really awkward, but
remember that thing that you told me that you didn't want me to do, and I also didn't want to do.
Yeah, I'm doing that right thing. Now,
so I am the Running Man. I am the Running Man. So, but one of the things that I liked was like, well, we'll talk about each one, like both of the guys' deaths. So the clueless guy or the hopeless guy and the negative dude. So the Tim, he's like chatting up with the barista.
He's flirting with the barista.
Like, yeah, and then so he goes like, "Hey, like there's this guy that's on the show, The Running Man. He kind of looks like me, but he's not me. But he does look kind of hot, so whatever." And so he's like chatting it up with her, and then he immediately goes outside. He goes like, they run up on him like the hunters, and he goes like, "Oh man," and they just shoot him.
Yeah.
So that was funny. And then like later on in the movie when they get what was it?
Laughlin.
Negative dude, yeah, Laughlin, where
she's really in a strip club.
Yeah, she's like at a strip club, and it's like after the hotel scene, which we'll get to here in a minute, but it's like she's at the strip club, and they try to get her at the casino later on.
Yeah, she was at a casino.
Yeah,
and she actually gets away.
She does get away, but then it like cuts to later on that like oh, like we won't see her, and it's like 2 minutes later, oh look, there she is, she's actually dead, and it's all like, let's see what happened. So she's like submits her video in of going like, "Hey, like you thought you had me, you fucking didn't, like better luck next time, blah blah blah." And like there's these two random redneck kids that shoot her and
torture.
Yeah, and then torture, and then like they are invited to the studio on screen, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like they got a large sum of money because they did that."
No, they didn't. I don't think they got money. They got a lifetime supply of
like some random cereal,
Twinkos, I think.
Yeah,
I know that Twink was in the name. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
We got Twinks and we got
because like
Gooners.
the other thing too is the fact that if you saw them in public and you took a video and you sent it in, you also got some money. You got $10,000 new dollars.
If your report leads to a kill, you got even more money.
Right. I think that if you report it, you get 5,000, but if it leads to a kill, you get 10,000. So it's doubled. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because and on top of that, like, did we mention the hunters? That there are like 5 guys that are like specially trained to like be able to, like, bring them
we
down?
could talk about them. Yeah, there's like 5 guys that are there. 5 guys.
5 guys.
5 guys.
5 of them.
Yeah, guys, and there's 5 of them. Gulp. But yeah, so like there's 5 of them. They're highly trained, especially the main guy,
The leader.
who I don't remember what his name is.
McCone, I think.
I think so, but he's got like his trusty pistols.
The pistol says fate.
Yeah,
on
and
it,
it's all like, and his knife has destiny
on it. Oh,
because he goes like, you may be able to outrun fate, but you can't outrun destiny, and it's his knife, and that's the whole shtick in the preview for it too. So
you can outrun fate, but you can't fight destiny. Or something like that.
Something like that, which is so funny and tacky too.
Yeah.
So, but he also says that at the end of the movie when he gets got too. So when Glenn finally kills him. So in the movie.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben. That's his name, Ben.
I for some reason, like, I thought, like, because he's wearing a mask for like the first half of the movie.
Well, no, like he wears it for all of the movie up until like right before he dies from the plane.
I can't remember if that was like close. Like I remember that being
that
like
was being
halfway
closer to the end of the movie.
But before he took off his mask, I thought for sure the twist was gonna be that it's like Dan Killian who is the guy.
I thought it was like a clone of Ben or something like that.
No, because that would have been stupid and complicated. There's no
true.
stupid complicated bullshit in this movie. Which I appreciate.
Or at least it would have been somebody that he knew or something,
Like what was that one movie that we watched that had like the clones at the end? What movie was? Oh, that was Judge Dredd, right?
Yeah, Judge Dredd. Yeah.
There's no cloning or anything like any dumb thing like that in this movie.
Very true. Very true.
It's I wouldn't say that it's completely grounded,
right?
But it's a continuation of kind of what's going on in America right now.
Yeah.
It's like which is so funny that it was a Stephen King novel, and then they
right.
made it into like. Annie was talking about, because Annie and I watched it together, and she asked me the question, like, do you think that they like altered some of the plot points of this movie, given all the things that was going on recently with deaths of CEOs and stuff like that?
I'm she mentioned that to me too, and I said no, this came out before that, I think. I was all like, that was just happenstance, though.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't that he got a radicalized movement because he watched this, because like, I don't think that was a possibility either. I think it was Louise something. I think that was the guy that shot the CEO.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, but yeah, I don't think that it was like a radicalized movement or anything like that with the movie or anything, because like that goes along with like
Luigi
violent.
Mangione.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Luigi. And so like it was the thing of where it always stems from like violent video games or violent movies and stuff like that, or like the books that you read. So like that's the reason why they always ban books and stuff like that, because like it's radicalizing people, so we don't want that, so we're gonna keep them dumb. It's suppressed. Oh, that was gross.
The banned books, but we're gonna let you read them. We're gonna call them banned books.
Right. And same thing for like movies, right? So like they change certain things because like whatever reason, but
remember like the dark, like it was the Dark Knight, right? Where
it was the Dark Knight Rises. I know what you're gonna say, because like there was a movie theater shooting that happened in Texas.
Because they were going to go see, but I think it was the Dark Knight though. I don't think it was the Dark Knight
No,
Rises.
it was the Dark Knight first because of the Joker.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be the Dark Knight Rises that there was rumors that was going to happen too.
And then all the controversy surrounding the interview, and then when Joker came out, it was even worse when Joker came out.
Yeah, the first Joker movie.
was like, everybody was like, this movie is
it's
incendiary.
awakened something inside of me.
Yeah, like, there were just so many people who were just like saying like this movie should be banned because it just
I remember that now. Yeah,
it's just
because it's radicalizing people to go actual
and I didn't
crazy
really hear anything about this movie.
No,
and this movie
not a wink.
This movie hits very, very close to home with how things are shaping up in the good old U.S. of A. nowadays.
Yeah, let's talk about the hotel scene.
Yeah.
Because like that was the one that I said was him dressed like a homeless vet and stuff.
Yeah,
he had like the fucked up teeth and stuff like that. And like, of course, you gotta have your obligatory or your what is it?
Obligatory.
Yeah, obligatory. Shirtless, almost naked scene.
Yeah, again, we gotta flex that he's a hot white guy.
Right. So,
think
like, this was actually the second time this happened because the first time was at the hotel, like when he got signed on for the Running Man. And he takes a shower and stuff. Second time was this.
I think it's funny
when
that,
he's like just wearing a towel.
The reason he got this room at all at this like apartment place basically is like he literally like traded it for money to like a guy who was like not homeless.
No, he was renting out the room by himself.
No, but no, he like swapped like hats or something like that with a veteran, like who was outside. He was like, I like he was paying for him and it was like, well, it's not necessarily stolen valor if I'm paying for it. I like that line. It was a really good line.
Because he goes like, oh, like where were you deployed? And he says something, and he goes like,
you never seen combat.
Yeah, and he goes like, you've never seen combat. Because he goes like, let me see your face, and he goes like, oh, okay, and he goes like, you've never seen combat.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't consider it to be stolen valor. So
if I'm paying for it,
yeah. So
I think that's a great line.
Yeah, and then like he's got the box of supplies in the room.
Yeah,
where it's like, what was it like? It's what was it, apple soda or something like that, or root beer that was in the fridge.
I don't.
And then like he also had like a few sticks of red hot gum.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's Big Red.
Yeah, Big Red gum, and he's eating it. And then he also has a little bit of weed in it, so that was great. And especially when
he's got a fat blunt.
Yeah. And then when he looks outside, he's talking about the three guys that are all talking amongst themselves. He goes like, why do we all have the same voice? I don't know, Bill.
That was a really
like,
funny segment.
Yeah. And then like the schizo guy that's going crazy and just yelling, he calls him Frank. And then the thing that tips him off is he goes like, I'm going to go take a shower. So then he gets naked. He's just wearing a towel. And then like he has his flip-flops on. And he looks down at Frank and he goes like, you're a weird guy, Frank. And then all of a sudden he's walking down the hall and it clicks because it's like Frank was literally specifically looking straight at his window. And it's because that was one of the hunters, like the main hunter guy. I would probably say he's second in command. Yeah. Pretty much. Where he was looking straight at him and he recognized him from when he was walking through the studio in the back of the studio.
He was smoking a cig.
Yeah, and he was smoking a cigarette and he goes like, oh fuck, they know where I'm at.
They're about to come get me. And then they're literally televising like, oh, we found one. We might have found him.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like I do love when he tries to break back into his room because then he just becomes naked because he has to wrap the towel around his hand and he punches out the window.
It's like how long are they going to be able to like hold this shot without having us look at the upskirt of him under the towel?
Yeah.
My favorite bit
Fuck it. I'm going to take off the towel. I'm going to wrap it around and I'm going to punch out the window.
My favorite bit is like when he's like yelling down the hallway like, I just saw Ben Rogers. He's heading down the stairs.
Yeah. And then they're like, fuck.
Because they don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because they never heard
They were literally
him.
about to search his room.
Yeah.
So.
And because they know specifically where he's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he breaks back into his room. He gets dressed, and then he goes out the window again because like they start shooting him out. And
everybody in this movie is a terrible shot, by the way.
Yes, 100%. They're like stormtroopers. They can't shoot fucking bright side of a barn. But he grabs onto the wire from the sign, and like it's a Y, and he looks up and he goes like, why? Yeah. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, he goes into the spot that's right underneath him.
Yeah.
And the guy's also smoking pot, and he just goes like, dude, you're on TV. And so then it's like the drone POV. I'm like, that was fucking actually pretty cool. So it's chasing him and shit.
Stop filming me.
Yeah, stop fucking filming me.
Stop filming me!
And like breaks it. And then the main hunter comes out in the broken elevator, because Ben's in the broken elevator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he goes like, I have a grenade, and he throws it at him, and then he stops it with his foot. He goes like, back at you, and he kicks it back, and he goes like, ah shit, and he throws it up and it explodes.
The elevator, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that from the trailer as well.
I got a grenade! Back at you.
Was like that's what also kept me super hyped about the movie, was him going like, I have a grenade, throws it at him, the guy stops it, and he goes like, back at you, and kicks it at him, and he's fumbling around, and then he explodes. So that was pretty cool.
And then he burns the building down.
Right, he burns the building down because he gets it to the basement, and there's a bunch of nude magazines around, and he lights one on fire, and there's a bunch of fly strips on the ceiling, and so he lights one of them on fire on accident, and it just spreads everywhere because he throws the magazine down, and then that catches on something else, and then it just spreads.
And the only reason we know that stash is down in the basement at all is because we get to see like a kid walking out being chased by this old man.
Yeah,
he's like, stay on my stash. And it's like,
right.
Hey, I'm gonna get my big brother to fuck you up. You
right
know?
He goes like, yeah, I'd like to fucking see you try. So
and then like Glenn Powell gets out because he escapes through the sewer.
Yeah, he escapes through the sewer, and then they also like pin the deaths of the random hunters that are there too, or the random goons that are there, the random gooners, and then so they're like, yeah, like he killed all of them in a hotel explosion,
and they left behind all these kids holding their candles.
Yeah,
because like the whole reason that like the show exists at all is because they're trying to punish like quote unquote criminals.
Yeah.
And one of the ones are like freeloaders.
Yeah.
So they're literally like shitting on him the whole time when they're trying to chase him. They're like, the audience is not rooting for him at first. They're rooting for him to get killed at first.
Because they have this narrative of him being like such an angry guy, and like he doesn't treat his wife right. He doesn't treat like his child. Or anything.
They literally just spread me when I spread misinformation on him the whole time.
And then he goes like, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you up, blah blah.
But then he survives the live update as they call it, and it's like no one's ever done that before.
Right.
So now they like believe like, oh man, this guy can actually do it.
Right.
And then we get introduced to like the little kid's big brother, who turns out to be the guy who gives him all information on like the 3 archetypes of the things.
Yeah, because like even in his specific show that he makes for the Running Man, is him talking about how like, yeah, like if you're the final dude, like they'll let you run as far as they want you to go
to boost the ratings.
Yeah, to boost your ratings. And I think he said it's like within week 2, their views are at an all-time high.
Yeah,
and then it starts to dip down after week 3,
and then
they are supposed to like chase after you a lot more, so that way that boosts ratings back up again, and then that's when they finally get you, is like before the 30-day mark,
because nobody wins the Running Man,
right? Because it's all scripted is the thing. So except for like them running around and stuff, but
yeah,
otherwise they control the narrative is the whole key. So
but they're just gonna give away $1 billion. Are you mad?
Yeah. Are you mad? A succulent Chinese meal.
Correct. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
And then I think probably my favorite part is the Michael Cera scene.
Yes.
When he goes to the house. And because like the other thing too that I remember from the trailer is him like shooting up the super soaker and then wetting the gooners.
That was super funny.
I like my bacon extra crispy.
Why does Michael Cera's Elton's mother sound like Zach Hadel?
I don't know.
Why does he sound like Charlie from Smiling Friends?
Smiling Friends. I don't know, but it's super funny that you mentioned that, because I honestly, now that you mention it, I see it. So
I'm gonna watch you die.
Yeah. Because like her whole thing is that like she's watching the TV and then he's on TV like Ben is, and so he even says like, oh yeah, like she's kind of deaf, so we can talk at a normal volume because she can't hear us. And then he goes like, she used to be a sweet old lady, and after Dad died, she kind of just went fucking crazy. And
Michael Cera and his dad and his hot dog cart, you know.
Yeah. And even like the older brother of the black kid, he goes like, I've got a guy for you to check out, but don't mention the hot dogs around him. I was like, okay. And he invites him in. Yeah, and he invites him in, and then he's like looking around his hideout at the house, and he just goes like, yeah, so like here's my plan, blah blah blah, whatever. And he goes like,
just ask what you're gonna ask.
Just ask about the hot dog cart. He goes like, what's with the hot dog cart? And he goes like, giving him the rundown of going like, Dad used to be part of the police force, and then they canned him, and then he ended up working a hot dog cart, and we never missed a meal. And then his friends ended up joining like the goon squad, and then they went after him and they killed him.
The crime was ever reported, yeah.
Right. And so like they were on the payroll to try to figure out who killed him, but they never did.
Yeah, right.
So because they're the ones that did it anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, the whole thing with Michael Cera was funny because he was going like, man, like your mom is kind of fucked up. So, but he wanted to also do a video too, and so he's got like a few backdrops for him. And he goes like, why don't we just do white? And he goes like, subtle.
Oh yeah, he's got like a gorilla, like Che Guevara, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that famous gorilla.
Che
poster.
Guevara, yeah.
Yeah, and then like just the anarchy sign, and he goes like, why don't we just do white? He goes like subtle. I like it.
Subtle, I like it.
Yeah, and he has these pamphlets that he made of releasing the bigger picture type thing.
Yeah,
and he goes like, I am not a radicalized movement. Okay, I am not that guy. So. But
you're the initiator.
Yeah, he goes like, I'm not the initiator. So, but yeah, then he this was also really funny because I think it was the next day that his mom realizes that it's Ben.
Yeah.
She goes like, oh, you're that Ben guy. Like, you're the one that everybody's
after. You're the devil.
Yeah, and then so she's going to hit the button, and he goes like, Mom, no, like he's a friend. Like we're trying to help him out. And she goes like, fuck that. I want to see him die.
I want to see him die.
And so he goes like, babe, you don't want to do that because like it'll take the goons like 4.5 minutes to come out here and all this bunch of shit. And then so Michael Cera gets dinged, and he goes like, boom, alerts it. And he goes like, why did you do that? And he goes like,
Ben Richards has broken into my house.
Yeah. And so he goes like, well, the fastest time that any of the goon squad has gotten here is 4.5 minutes.
The hunters, yeah.
So we've got 4.5 minutes before they come, and he starts deploying all of his traps.
All these booby traps is like
because he sets up the electric floor, and then he takes out the super soaker, and he goes like, this is no time to play games.
And his staircase literally like pushes all the guys off the stairs.
Yeah, and then like he goes into like his hideout, and he like before he runs through the wall, they go upstairs,
and it, like spills chemicals on it and sets him on
Yeah,
fire.
sets him on fire. Yeah, because then they go upstairs, and he goes like, why are we upstairs now? And he goes like, so that way we can use this. He goes like, you brought us upstairs so that way you can use a pole. He goes like, no, so that way we could use a pole. Because he says like, oh, you wanted to use the pole. He goes like, no, we can use the pole.
Yeah.
And then like the whole thing with him going like, he runs through the wall, and then he like they're able to escape down into the
fireman's
catacombs.
pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're still in the house.
Right. He goes like, not for long. He goes like, see, look, 4 minutes, and we still have 30 seconds left. He goes like, yeah, but we're still in the house. So, but yeah, they finally get out, and then they give Ben an ultimatum of going like, okay, you're gonna shoot that hunter live on camera, so that way we can make you the martyr or whatever.
We're gonna make you the sixth hunter, and we're gonna have your own spin-off TV show.
Yeah. And then even later on, when he's on the plane, and they say, hey, like we killed your family, so now you'll kill all of the hunters, and then you'll actually have your own spin-off show called Hunter 6.
He enters Spartan Rage.
Yeah. He was like,
He presses both thumbs at the same time.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then like, especially him being a radicalizer, the initiator, if you will.
Yeah.
Where they are having him on the plane and he's saying stuff to the camera, and then Josh Brolin is there and he's clapping and he goes like,
Nice
that was a great speech, but no, too bad nobody heard it. I was the only one that heard it.
I'm gonna run this instead. Like,
If you don't play ball, we'll run this instead. Where he just goes like, because earlier on in the movie he goes like, I'm gonna fucking come back. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground with everybody in it.
I'm glad that I burned that place to the ground. You know.
Yeah. So, and then like that was the whole thing, and like this is basically deep fake the movie too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else to talk about the movie.
Yeah, we don't want to like give away the ending because the ending is great.
Yeah.
So, but I like we could stop it there probably because we've been talking about this movie for long enough.
Yeah, we sucked this movie's dick long enough.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if there's nothing else, we'll move on.
Yeah,
so,
we'll just move on to our ratings now, I suppose.
Yeah. So now we'll consider this being a rent, buy, or a skip. So of course, if you've seen us by now, you know the deal. Rent is just an occasional watch. I like it. I'll watch it every so often. Buys, of course, I love it so much. I'm gonna go out and buy it on 4K and put it up on my shelf for the rest of my movies. And then a skip is just a piece of dog shit movie. I don't care to watch this. Doesn't matter. I don't recommend it. So I'll go first by saying it's a rent.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
really.
So I do like it, but I feel like that it's a watch every so often type of movie. So I thought about buying it, but then I resisted actually buying it.
Okay.
So it's super well made, it's super well written and everything like that. But I don't know, like compared to the last movie that Edgar Wright actually did, which is Baby Driver, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wrote and directed that one too.
That makes so much more sense now.
So yeah, it was actually really good. Like even when I went to go see this in theaters, I thought it was okay.
I mean, Baby Driver's a buy, so
yeah, 100%. That's a buy. I bought it on digital. Yeah, I have it on. No, actually, I have it on Blu-ray. Never mind.
Okay, there you
go. So I went out and bought it on Blu-ray. Never mind. But yeah, so like for this movie, you know, like I bought the original because like I said, it's an Arnie flick for one. Two, it's so bad that it's actually pretty good. I don't hate that I have it. So, but yeah, no, I just think this is a rent. You know, I feel like it's a cookie cutter radicalized movement movie, but like it's really good in the action. The script is pretty good. You know, I just think it's fine. It's a fine action movie. You know, it's a convertible top-down summertime popcorn movie. All right. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a breather here. All right. What did you think about the movie, Jack?
Well, I thought I am going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say it's a buy.
fuck yeah!
Best of the best, sir. With honors.
We are on opposites this time.
No, but I don't really see it as like a sort of a once in a while like popcorn flick. I think I see like an actual. I really enjoyed this film.
A radicalized movie.
I'm not necessarily because it's like radical or anything like that. But I just felt like that Glenn Powell's character and Ben Richards was really believable.
Mm-hmm.
But also like he is based off of a book character.
Right.
So
the script is already there. They just have to punch it up to where it makes more sense.
But it was a lot better than I was ready to give it credit for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I did say that I wanted to watch this film, but mostly because it was available for us to watch, so we didn't have to like actually spend money to watch it because it was on Amazon Prime. And I figured that we really needed something that was recent, so I thought that, you know, let's talk about The Running Man.
Yeah.
And I ended up really enjoying it. I don't know. I think that watching Ben Richards kind of just get angry and like
curse a lot,
like it was kind of cathartic for somebody like me who's had like a kind of a rough couple past weeks with how busy things have gotten for us at work. So
yeah,
I kind of enjoyed that a little bit. I thought that his character was well, he's not relatable obviously because he's not overly relatable because obviously this is sometime in the future and like society has like sort of broken down to the point where like you can literally pay, like you really like get onto a game show or you avoid being murdered essentially.
Right.
But I thought the action was great. Like I said, it's been a nice change of pace from how action films are kind of portrayed nowadays. The one-liners were great, you know. I at no point where I thought like, oh, that was stupid or that was lame. I thought everything was pretty solid, honestly. So.
Yeah, it's a very solid movie for sure. Like my tier is just right below buy.
Yeah, so.
Like it's a high rent, low buy.
But I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna say this movie is a buy. So
okay,
definitely check it out. It's worth your time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now we'll close it out with suggestive people here. So we'll go onto IMDb, see what other people have to say about it. A 1-10, sometimes both star review, depending on what we pick. So because we say it's a pretty good movie, we're gonna just do a 1 star review here real quick. And this person says it is a bad remake. So that was like the scrutiny when this came out, was like everybody didn't really like it a whole lot
because they had the nostalgia of like the original movie.
Pretty much. And I don't want to say everybody, but I would just say select few number of people actually had the frame of mind of being like, oh, this is supposed to be like the actual book. So, but I mean, like, you know, we'll see what this person had to say. It's really tough these days with remakes upon remakes or sequels to popular films that often have nothing to do with the original. Now it's the turn of Running Man. Yes, the original film wasn't the best, but it was entertaining, and although it didn't really matter, it did have a message. The new 2025 Running Man didn't entertain me very well. I don't see how you could not be entertained with this.
That's his opinion. But like, it didn't entertain me. He
Right.
didn't say it wasn't entertaining. He said it didn't entertain me. That's a good.
Very true.
Use of voice in that review.
Yes. The message or satire fizzles out, and it's too long for that. I would say that it's a little bit long.
Yeah, I mean, 2 hours.
Because like it's what, 2 hours 16 minutes?
2 hours 17 minutes.
Yeah, so probably could have backed it up to maybe being 2 hours, but
maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, so you know, like the whole thing of like, oh, the message like fizzles out. I don't really think so, because throughout the whole time he's basically telling them fuck you, and he keeps, when he puts in later on in the movie, he turns in his videos, they changed the narrative of what he's talking about.
Yeah, they literally deep fake him.
Yeah, because like he talks about like, you know, fuck the like corporations, fuck all this,
They're
blah blah
giving
blah blah.
your kids cancer.
Yeah, and it's all like, and then they deep fake it to where they change it to what he said.
Like, fuck the kids.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Right. So, which is true. Fuck them kids. Not like that, but fuck them kids. Unfortunately, the whole film is just a loveless string of CGI sequences. The story is completely lost, and just when you think, well, at least the ending is good, that's taken away from you too. The ending turns this, let's say, 4 out of 10 film into a 1 out of 10 film. To at least somewhat substantiate this point of view, the ending of such a film should be different.
Well, it was certainly well worded.
It was actually.
That's the most you can say. That's better you can say for most reviews on IMDb.
Now, Jack, do you think that was made with AI? Because sometimes you say, "Oh, that was definitely AI."
No, that was. I feel like an actual person wrote that.
Yeah. Also, this person right here, as I was scrolling through, let me save you $20 in nearly 3 hours. Okay, back it up. This wasn't nearly 3 hours. It was a little over 2.
Over 2 hours, yeah.
Shut the fuck up there. This movie is a complete turd. You'll have a better time in the restroom than seated in the theater. So I should just go to the movie theater and just sit on the toilet and look at the door.
Occupied.
Hard to follow, harder to digest, and painfully lengthy. Could have comfortably left 90 minutes on the editing room floor. So they're saying, yeah, just like basically make it like 30 minutes long.
Sounds like this guy's like 60 years old.
Right. I have nothing positive to say about this film. You will honestly want both the time and money returned to you as you dash out of the theater. I want to go that far.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
So
whatever, bro. Just put the fries in the bag.
Honestly, I don't know why that tickled me so much. That was actually really funny.
All right. So,
I think I'm just tired. I think this one is.
Yeah. Do we have anything else on Running Man, or do we want to end it here?
No, we'll end it here. So I had something for my gaming corner, but I'll leave it for next week.
It's going on for kind of a longer
Yeah,
time.
it's an extensive period of time that we've spent on this, as well as like a lot of editing that I got to do and edit out stuff. So
yeah, anything to give Devin less work,
Yeah, exactly. So, but with that being said, again, thank you everybody so much for watching, listening, tuning in, and however you guys are doing it. Again, take that one step further and follow us and subscribe to the channel on all your podcast platforms. And again, let us know if you think this was a rant by or a skip in the comment section. And we already decided what we're going to talk about next week, so that'll be planes, trains, and automobiles, since we've never seen that. So be on the lookout for that for next week. So with that being said, we'll see you guys then. Bye.